Welcome back to our continuous coverage of the Big 12 Media Days at the Omni Dallas Hotel in downtown Big D. A new era begins at Iowa State as the youngest coach in the FBS takes over. Matt Campbell of the Iowa State site. We'll hear from him in just a moment, but boy, what a challenge. And this guy was the hot coach in America. Everybody wanted this guy.
Yeah, he had a great run, obviously, at Toledo, and he did a nice job. And so when you change coaches, you have a chance to come in and change the culture a little bit. I think Iowa State's going to have an opportunity with him at the helm to, kind of have some good footing. They have some talented players there, and he's got a lot coming back. So I think that this year, early on for the Cyclones, if they can get going pretty well, I think that Matt Campbell's going to have some success.
Yeah, replacing a very popular coach in Paul Rhodes, who really rallied the troops there for a lot of big over the years. Well, with that, let's hear from the new coach at Iowa State. He's standing by with Erin Hartigan. Erin?
Yes, Rick, I told David Beatty earlier that he's no longer the rookie here at Big 12 Media. He was last year, and he was so nervous. We got Matt Campbell, the newest head coach on board here in the Big 12. You're very calm, though, this year. Yeah. An old pro at this.
Well, yeah, some of those media days in the MAC have at least some calmness in this whole process.
And I'm sure Coach Karras helped as well. For those that don't know, you were recruited to play at Pittsburgh as a player, and you ended up transferring to Mount Union, a Division III school. Why?
For me, it was a situation, just a great high school program. There at the University of Pittsburgh at the time wasn't great. And, I've said this a lot of times, but that Mount Union process changed my life in so many ways and was such a huge impact on who I am today as a coach, but really who I am as a person. And we owe a great deal of gratitude to Coach Karras and really what he's done, and both as a football coach, but as a person as well.
Longtime head football coach, Coach Karras at Mount Union, the winningest college football coach in history. You are well-groomed, and to have him as a mentor, I mean, how huge has that been in your career?
It's been tremendous. I think every step of the way for me, not only did I get to play for him, but went back and got to coach under him, and just to see how he led, how he built that program from the ground up, and his ability to impact and inspire people around him, whether it's his players or coaches. It was profound impact on me, and it's really the lessons I've carried with me as we begin to build our program here at Iowa State, and certainly what we did at the University of Toledo.
Okay, if I read correctly, though, before you got into coaching, you worked for a concrete company. So how does one go from working in concrete to coaching?
Well, I had sent about, I think, every resume that I possibly could have to get a graduate assistant job somehow, some way after I was done at Mount Union, and knew I wanted to get into coaching and teaching somehow, some way. But I got a lot of no responses back for those graduate assistant jobs, and was going to go back to Mount Union and be a student coach, and so needed a job for the summer, and actually was working in a concrete company and got a call from Bowling Green State University and said, "Hey, we've got an." I went up and interviewed on Friday. They gave me the job, and I started on Monday. And so that's how this coaching career really took shape.
Talk about baptism by fire then. Yeah. And you are the head coach of a Big 12 program, a Power 5 program. Again, your first media days. Yeah. What's been the biggest adjustment so far?
I don't even know if I've thought much about that in terms of the Power 5 program. I've been so grateful and honored for the opportunity to represent Iowa State and Iowa State's football program. And we're really taking it one day at a time, just knowing how important it is for us and our program to get off to a great start, to build a great foundation about the program, and really just kind of have had our head down. It's been a whirlwind months, and again, we've taken it one day at a time and tried to get better one day at a time.
And lastly, they're going to have Alan Lazard at the desk here a little later. What's something about Alan we need to know? What do we not know about Alan Lazard?
Alan still thinks he's a really good basketball player, but I've seen enough to tell you guys already that his basketball game is not as good as his football game.
He chose the right sport.
He chose the right sport.
We're going to let you go address the rest of the media in here. Go talk football. We got to have some fun to loosen you up a bit, and we so appreciate you taking time to join us.
Well, thanks for having me, Cyclones.
Good luck this year, Coach. Appreciate it. We're going to send Coach Campbell off. Now he will address the rest of the media. Return here on Big 12 Live from Media Day. It's Omni. Stick around.